Chuck, you were the guy from the Social Twitter. You don't know who it is.
My first dive was in 7.
When we got to the boat, it really started to sink in, and I don't know if I felt like I was almost going back 40 years.
I think this is maybe one of the few opportunities we'll have to come out here and check this thing out. This is like a marker for us, for all the families.
Getting anything? Should be. I'm backing down over it. I got 120 feet.
Yeah, I'm getting them on the forward machine. It looks like they're right up on top.
This is the wreck. We're now actually coming off of the wreck. You see how the line's getting a little smaller here. So hopefully, since he's out in front of us, he's going to catch the high piece, and we're backing down on it. The electronics here say that the numbers or the coordinates that we're looking for is actually right over there where the anchor line is. So we should be getting something real soon. Something. Yeah, he's got it.
Right off the bow is where they're at, so the current's going that direction.
The two safety divers are the two people that we put in the water early on have the task of hooking us up and making sure that we don't drift off. Because this is very deep and serious sort of diving, the last thing you want to do is unhook from the wreck with people under the boat decompressing. You can't break loose and motor back. So their task was to take our anchor setup and put it on the wreck and lock it down so there's no way the surface boat and all our surface support could go anywhere or accidentally drag the hook. So they came back with the following report. We're hooked up, we're in a good spot, visibility is good, temperature's good, sun's out, full sun, flat day. I couldn't have sketched it out any better. This will be the first time you've seen it since it's in its safe position.
You're correct.
So it's been 2 years or so since
2
you've
years.
been out here. We jump in together. Sort of guide me to those points where you think we can best look up against the light using this as silhouette.
This room up here, the largest room on the tower, the technical support room. I'm helping Al with getting him around the different spots on the wreck. I've been diving this wreck for 27 years, and I'm supplying him with technical support and putting him in the best possible places where he can get some good shots.
Okay. You know, shooting from, I mean, if the light is like this. In the first couple of dives, you know, of course I'll get used to the whole mass of the structure, and it is massive. But we're very interested in documenting the structural damage and sort of how could such an accident happen and what contributed to that accident.
You guys looking briefing?
Yeah.
You were just in the water, right? Yeah, well, join us and let's talk a little bit about it. I'm anxious to hear.
The wreck doesn't look anything like that anymore. From what I can see, you have your picture. There's an angle like this on the deck.
Right.
Now the deck is very close to parallel to the bottom.
The deck is more level than that, or is
The
it
deck is almost parallel to the sand.
Wow.
So there is still an angle to it, but nowhere near like this.
So let's take a look. Thanks very much. That's really helpful. All right,
Okay.
let's go to work here. Our cameras are ready to go, and we're ready to go here. So I'd like to roll over the side here in 15 minutes. Kelly, you good with that? 15 minutes? Most people don't realize the Atlantic is a very, very tough dive site. The bottom where most of these wrecks are found, in the Texas Tower, is found, nearing 200 feet. So dives on these shipwrecks are really challenging. Extreme cold on the bottom, very deep, requiring lots of decompression. Offshore, 80 miles, remote, deep, cold, and pretty unforgiving business.
No.
Putting a tower out here 76 miles from shore is an engineering feat in itself, and maintaining a structure that's supposed to be stable in a non-stable environment is very difficult. You had a tower that was a weakened structure from the first time it was placed out here. It never really reached its design capabilities. It was like trying to stand up for an extended period of time on a bum leg. And that's basically what the tower had a bad leg that never really healed properly. And when you put that in an environment where you have your typical very nasty northeasterly storms and gales, and in an area that's susceptible to hurricanes, you're looking for a disaster to happen. When I look at the tower, and when I go back and reflect on the material that I looked at and the way that the tower was laying on the bottom, it looked like it went down very violently, and it looked like it went down very fast.
Al, you want to take your weight belt off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just breathing a little surface air here.
I saw a ladder on the main deck. I knew right where I was, and I couldn't believe the devastation. Could not believe it.
Find the plaque.
Plaque is gone.
Pieces of the structure, and you know, the size of the Texas Tower is interesting. I've heard comparisons to Titanic. It's like a shipwreck, but it's not. I know that if magically the visibility was 1,000 feet, you'd be staring at this thing the size of, you know, sort of parts of the Empire State Building. It's a huge, huge structure.